Hi friends, welcome to Kalanjam. In this session, we are going to discuss about the few important commands available in GitHub. For that, we need to set up the software name called Git. Before going to tell the commands, we'll set up the software. Go to the Google and find for the Git bash. You can go to the second link of it, which is available in the orange color, and just click on the Git downloads. And here is the Git bash available for multiple OS versions for Mac OS, Windows, Linux, Unix, and for different versions of OS. You can download it for Windows if you are using the Windows OS version. Just download the 64-bit or 32-bit which is applicable for you. Just save file and then to get download. Then double click on it. In this case, I already have one. That's why it's just coming as a one, the last. Okay, click on next, 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 next. That's it. You are not going to specifically select anything on the Git bash installation. The installation is completed. Just uncheck the view release notes. It's not required for us. Just click on next. That's it. Then after installing, you can click on start menu and you can see the Git bash and Git GUI. Okay, which we are going to use it for our check-in, checkout, or commit, or pull request, or any kind of commands which is available in the Git. These are all the steps before going to the Git commands. You have to do it. Now let's start the Git commands. Here are the few commands which is important to which is important for Git. Okay, before doing any project development or if you are doing any enhancement or anything, you should be aware about the Git commands because when you are merging or committing, you should know the complete process. Without knowing if you are committing or if you are doing anything wrong with the project, it will affect others as well. So that's the reason we should know the commands. Okay, the first one, git config. Git config is nothing but you will set the default ID which you are going to use it for authenticate the git repos. Okay, suppose in my case I'm going to use kalanjam tutorial @ gmail.com because when you config, so when you do the configuration, it is not required to log in each and every time when you push the code into repository. Push is nothing but you are going to send the local code to the repo. Okay, git config used for that one. Git init. Git init is nothing but if you are going to create new project code setup in your local, before you have to set the git init. In that case, you will get the git default files in your local directory. Git clone. Git clone is nothing but when you have a repository in the git github.com, you can clone it in your local. That means you are going to check out or getting the files from the repo to your local machine. And git add. Git add is nothing but you are going to add the files which is in your local. Suppose you are adding a new file or you are modifying the files or anything you are doing by adding git add, you can add the files to the git commit. And then git commit. Git commit will commit your changes in your local, not to the branches. Okay, it's kind of catchy kind of thing it will do. And then git difference. Git difference, it will show the difference before modification and after modification. Okay, you might be changed A to B or B to C, anything can be done. Okay, the difference it will show the in the git difference command. Git reset. Git reset is nothing but if you are actually there are two stages available in the commit, git staged commit and git commit. If it is git staged commit, so if you have a 5 files modified, if you are going to add 2 files only, then you can stage it and you can commit and push. In that case, you will use the reset. Suppose you push to staged, you don't want to have it in the stage, you want to undo or you want to do anything, you can write the command git reset. It will automatically reset everything and it will come to changes. But your local changes will be available in your local machine. And git status of your files, whether it's committed to your branch or it is in the staged process or anything. Git show, it will show the logs of it. Git branch, git branch can list the branches of your git repo. Suppose I have a Kalangium branch, in that I might be having develop 1, develop 2, develop 3, develop 4. If you want to list it, you can just type git branch. It will list all the branches available in your repo. Git checkout. If you have anything on your branch, suppose you have 2 or 3 branches in your repos, you want to check out some other branch, already you check out some other branch, suppose A1, A2, there are 2 branches available. You already checked out A1, you want to check out A2. Now it will switch to A1 to A2. In that case, we use checkout. And then git merge. Git merge, you already having local file, like you already having the repo files in your local. Suppose in between some of the developer must be push the code. You want the latest one. So in that case, what you will do? You will use the command called git merge. Using that, you can merge the master branch to in your local branch. And then git remote. Git remote will fetch and push the branches. And you can take the variables. And git pull. Git pull will pull the repo files to your local machine. And git push. Git push, what it does, if you have a committed changes in your local machine, it will push all the files to your particular repo and to the branch. Git stash, so this is for temporary working purpose. Suppose you don't want to commit right now, you are going to keep it in your local. In that case, you will use git stash. Okay, I hope you understood. We'll see in the next video in the detailed way how to use these commands and how are you going to work on the Git and everything. Thank you guys.